Right. Well, we are so excited with the orchestra about you coming. We've been all kind of just awestruck, I guess is one way to put it. But just so that people know when they come, what is some differences in your concerts from when you do it by yourself or with the orchestra?
Well, it's interesting. My persona on stage is, I think the thing that surprises people is that it is joyous and relaxed. I'm very at ease on stage. I'm very at ease with myself and with the orchestra. And even if something awkward shows up, I'm at ease with things being awkward. I just am one of those guys that I've been on stage. I've been in front of an audience for 55 years. I've done it. I was trying to figure out, close to 6,000 times I've done it over the years. I've been on stage a lot. And it's just a place that I love to be. I love being with people. I love being with a symphony. I, uh, I, I love being, how do I say this? I, I like being the hayseed. I like being the guy who's on the adventure and is
Mhm.
discovering the adventure and reporting from the adventure. So yeah, that's me.
So it sounds like the concerts are not going to be just you standing up there and doing the concert. There's going to be some interaction.
Oh, there's interaction all the
Good,
time.
good.
I'm the kind of guy who go, now listen, we got this song coming up, but I want you to pay attention to the oboe part. This is going to kill. And yeah, I mean that kind of thing. And you know, yes, it's very much in the moment. And the reason why I get to do that is that it can be in the moment because the actual um, uh, I'm um, I'm enormously disciplined with the actual music. And so it can be relaxed because the core of it is forged in meticulous discipline. And so that gives it a framework where things can be very easy indeed.
And that's the professional in you as well. And as someone
Yeah,
who does not play music, I love it when people say things like, listen to this oboe part, because that helps
yeah,
me get involved in it.
yes, it can. And I'm careful to do to ramp people in to my songs if necessary. Um, it, we're going to have a very good time.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Um, so you teach right now, right?
Yes.
What
I'm teaching part-time. Um, uh, uh, I taught for many years at the Berklee College of Music in Boston and developed there a course called stage performance. But now I've been able to take that and I now teach part-time at the Frost School of Music at the University of Miami. And that has just been a unbelievable environment. Frost is very, very selective, and it's a high level of student. Uh, uh, no matter where you teach, you're going to teach to the middle, and
Mhm.
Frost has 800 students, and Berkeley has 6,000. So
Oh, wow.
the so at Frost, the level of
Middle is
the
high.
it is that bar is enormously high, and it's exciting to teach that level of student.
So what lessons have you learned for yourself through doing that?
Oh my gosh. I have critiqued well over 10,000 performances now. And you learn a lot about what makes somebody good and what makes somebody bad Generally, the 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 great problem for people on stage is they don't watch their music land. They put it out, and
Explain that. Yeah, explain that.
when I'm making music, Jennifer, I put it out, and literally I follow that music until it runs into the tympanic membrane of my listener. I don't let it
Okay.
go till then. I need my listener to hear. It's not their job to listen. It's my job to
Mm.
be heard. And I take that very seriously. And so you watch it land, you watch what state they're in. And the reason why you rehearse, the reason why you practice is that you can deliver your music um, uh, accurately and precisely and concentrate on its landing. So 30%, a third of my energy goes into making the music, and two-thirds goes into watching it land and responding to how people are responding.
I love that. I
Sweet.
hadn't, yeah, I hadn't thought about that like that. So I do a lot of presentations. I just got my
Yes.
master's in education
Mm-hmm.
um and I hadn't thought about it that way. That's fantastic.
Yes. So
So,
what this notion of when you deliver, the idea that you would be so often. I also teach public speaking as well, and
okay.
so often people they'll be reading their da 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 da. Then they look up. And indeed, it should be da 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 da. So those final words are right in to your audience's eyes, right into their
Mm.
ears, and then they get to speak back to you non-verbally. Generally, sometimes
Right.
it can be louder than that, and then you start in again. So you're reading. When you get to the end, you watch it land. There's a pause, and that audience gets to respond back to you.
So for the listener coming to this concert,
Yeah.
it's going to be very much that give and take, it sounds like.
Yeah, it is that. Um, they it is not their job to listen, it's my job to be heard. It is not necessary for them to love me because I already love them enough for the both of us. This is done.
Yeah.
I needed them. I am honored to be in their presence. Now, if an audience is abusive or dismissive or something, I don't take that lying down.
No,
Um,
Mason won't be like that for you.
no, of course it won't. And but that notwithstanding, um, uh, I uh, I'm I'm at ease with whatever an audience wishes to be.
Meeting them where they're at, right?
Meet them where they're at. You got it.
Oh,
Unless, but interesting you say that, unless where they're at and meeting them in that location will make me feel poorly about myself.
oh,
Yes, that's
interesting.
interesting as well. And if
Yeah.
it makes me feel up, so if sometimes a corporation will hire me and I'll say, no, I'm not going to do this. And then they'll offer me so much money that I say, did I say no? I meant yes. And I will go and I will play. And, I'm a party favorite at some cocktail party or something.
Sure.
And at that point, what I do is I take my music and I don't take it to them because that'll make me feel poorly. So I just put it a few free feet in front of me. And
Mm.
saying all this non-verbally is if you want this, you're going to have to come here and pick it up because
Sure.
otherwise, that certainly will not be the case in Mason, Ohio.
Right,
Trust me.
right. No, we're very, very excited about you coming.
Yes.
So I'm sure that there are people who look up to you. Who do
Mm.
you who have been some of your inspirations or people you've looked up to?
Oh gosh, I was thinking about this the other day because I was doing a song. I was doing a song with a big band. Go, let me tell you about a girl I know. She's my baby, and so Ray Charles. I was thinking about Ray Charles and what a
Hmm.
huge influence he was on me. Burt Bacharach and
Hmm.
Hal David, with uh, uh, with all of that. Uh, um, oh gosh, all of the "Do you know the way to San Jose?" All that precise Dionne Warwick
Oh, okay. Yeah.
songs that were so precise and measured and disciplined. Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein II. Richard Rodgers and Lorenz Hart. I mean, Rodgers and Hart, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Lerner and Lowe, Woody Guthrie. There's a lot out
Yeah.
there that I absorbed as a kid, courtesy of my parents. And
Mm.
so, yeah, uh, those are, and certainly in terms of my guitar playing and my beautiful brother James was a very big. He's 2.5 years older
Okay.
than I am, and he had a wonderful influence. By the way, 2.5 years older than I. It's a fact that I never tire of reminding him. So,
As the older
but
sister, I understand that. My brothers do
yes,
too. So
yes. So those are really the influences. Uh, uh, then into, uh, but so I was born in 1950. So this is 59, 60,
mhm.
61, 62, and I'm drinking in all of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time of music. I will have to say that.
Hmm.
Yes, it
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
Um, so when you come to Ohio, what kind of things do you look forward to eating or seeing or doing?
Well, when one of the things that I'm encouraged to do in Cincinnati, of course, is to go have some Skyline chili. I
Good
want
answer.
you to know that you have to start eating that at the age of 3 for that to be a good idea at 73. So my dear friend Danny Morgan says, "Liv, you gotta have some Skyline chili," and I'm eating the Skyline chili, the spaghetti, and with a cheese mounted on top. And I'm thinking to myself, no, this is something that you lock in a lot earlier than my present age. Anyhow, I like my don't be on me about this. I like my Skyline chili fine, but what else do I? You know, the as somebody who is married to a professional chef, the answer is that, how do I say this delicately? Ohio is good. It's not where you're going. It's
For food.
not Paris in terms of food.
No, I
That
understand.
understanding, what does happen in the great state of Ohio is that the citizens are so beautiful and generous that standard good, fair food becomes unbelievable when served by the outstanding human beings that are all over your
Oh, that was
state.
a good answer. That was very, very
I
diplomatic. Good
back,
answer.
did I back that trailer out of the alley? Okay. Oh, I went in deep with the Skyline chili. All right.
Well, I don't know exactly who, but we are having some food trucks at the
Okay,
concert.
that'll be good.
So yeah, so we'll see what kind of fun stuff we can have there. I don't
That,
know
that'll
exactly what it'll be, but
Yes. And please remember, Jennifer, hunger is the best sauce.
Might have to put that on a little pillow or something.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Well, what is something that somebody's never asked you or that you like to be asked, but you don't get asked?
Well, I'm interested in many things. I'm really interested. Like I have these sort of ideas. For instance, I was reading about Alessandria Volta and Luigi Galvani and the discovery of electricity, and Galvani thinking that it was the frog leg was twitching because there was inherent electricity in it. And Alessandria Volta going, no, 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 it's the salt solution around the muscle and the dissimilar metals that is causing an electric flow. And this is in 1799. You have no idea how big this is. So all of a sudden, Alessandria Volta he sandwiches uh, copper and zinc, I believe, but it was anyhow, two dissimilar metals. And he builds a 1 volt battery, the first one
Huh,
ever. Okay, I know some of your listeners, what about the battery that they made in ancient Greece? I don't know. Don't the first practical modern
right,
battery.
right.
And all of a sudden, and he publishes that, and the entire scientific world explodes with
Hmm.
the notion of flowing electricity. And what I call, in launching what I call the flowing electron era. And before you, some of your physics people will, electrons don't actually flow. I know. Cut me a break. I need a poetic license here. So the flowing electron era, which then ushers in immediately telegraph. It then makes communications instantaneous. And all the things that have tumbled from those
Yeah.
flow electrons have really obsessed me. So when I'm always bemused by people saying, well, AI is going to take over the world and destroy us. No, AI is going to take over the world, and it depends on flowing electrons. So as soon as you unplug it, it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Human beings work fine without flowing electricity. They worked for probably humanoids existed for 3 million years without tapping flowing electrons. It's not going to be convenient. It will be disruptive, but the species will be absolutely fine. Calm the heck down.
So you like to continue to
Oh,
learn. I love it.
nobody asked
I love
me.
it.
Nobody asked me about flowing electrons. They don't ask me about nuclear fusion. They don't ask me about nuclear fission. Yeah, there's tons
But
of
I love
things.
your excitement about it.
Oh,
That's
I'm
really
excited
cool.
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no, no. It is unbelievably exciting. The prospect
Hmm.
the flowing electron, the era has been unbelievable. But by the way, no greater than the Scottish inventor, James Watt, standing on the shoulders of Thomas Newcomb and the Newcomb engine invented, which to drain mines. And then um, uh, James Watt takes that engine, puts a slide valve on the side of it. And now you've got a piston going up and down as you put steam one side or the other. He does that in the late 1700s, and the lid is off the cookie jar. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, locomotives and steamboats are possible. And then later on, dynamos, electrical dynamos that are now feeding massive quantities of electricity to all of us.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
electricity becomes the coin of the realm, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, just in yours and in my lifetime, the things that have changed, it's amazing.
Well,
just
it's
from those
interesting.
little sparks.
Well, in our lifetime, certainly the entrance of nuclear fission in
Mhm.
our life. It's a lot before your life, a little before mine. First atomic explosion, a first critical reactor being in December of 1942, Enrico Fermi. But the first actual atomic bomb being July 16th, 1945. And that
Mhm.
ushered in a new era
Yeah,
of uh, terror and promise all at once. Amazing.
yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, but I just want to tell you how excited we are. We really are.
Oh,
I've been
you
working
know,
with the orchestra for now about 3 years, been on the board,
yeah,
and the the depth of the talent
yeah.
and passion is amazing. I can't
Hmm.
wait for you to get to play with it because it's an amazing group of people. And Lucy,
I
of course, is just a steamboat in herself.
Yeah, no, we're going to have a terrific time. I'm bringing my uh, arranger, Bill Elliott, and
Yes.
yeah, we're going to have a terrific time. And yes, I will see you. Remind me the date again, Jennifer,
It's
I don't have it in front of me.
it's August 9th.
August
August
9th,
9th,
that's
7
right.
p.m.
Oh my
Yeah, just a
God,
little
it's
over a
right
week.
around the corner.
I
Excellent.
know.
Not to worry, all my travel is booked, and my good-looking clothes, my tuxedos are all pressed, so we're
Oh, we're
good
going
to
to be fancy, huh?
Oh, I think so.
It might be kind of hot, but
We'll work
that's
it out. No, no, no. By the time I get there, the weather will have cooled
cool.
into a sprinkling of fall promise, and we will be
Okay.
in perfect shape.
Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and stop